Okay, are we doing this right? Let's see. We gotta change our description. Edit this one. And do edit. Save. Edit. Okay. I'm just gonna have to take the word for it that my other ones are live, but I'm gonna try to see if I can get it working. Let's see. TikTok, are you here? Let's see. We're live. Okay, cool. It's working. Let's see. Twitch, are you here? I've never done multi-streaming to this degree, so this is all new. Okay, so we still have to change our thing for this. Edit. Copy pasta this. Cool. I think we're live. Okay. Close that. And then select live sources. Plural. Oh man, it auto did it. Man, that's smart. All right, cool. That's neat. I do kind of like that. So on YouTube, I didn't know this, but on YouTube, you can have both a desktop format and you can have a non-desktop. Do Canvas, yep. And we'll see how it works. Fingers crossed. Old game? I would say more the newer game. If you're asking which version, it's one of the versions. This is Retail WoW though. Retail WoW. I think we have everything set up correctly, but let me check. Manage maybe? Okay, I think it's all correct. I think it is. I believe it is. Is it Fixire? I believe it's correct. But let me know. Let me know. I think you can only select on YouTube. I think you can only select just gaming as like your option. But I'm also very new to this. I don't see anything crazy though as far as like drop frames or anything like that. not a whole bunch of ways for me to test out TikTok. TikTok is probably the most volatile of them all, just because like with TikTok, you have to like whenever I'm streaming there, you have to like keep it live. You have to select it and just be like, yes, please don't shut down. It's weird. It is quite strange. Nobody get excited for my vault because I really don't have anything. Look at this guy's Mog though. What is this? I think this is the new item from the shop. Yeah, the Sunwell item. That's kind of cool. Never been a fan of the robes though. Robes isn't necessarily my vibe. All right. Yeah, I think we're good on rings. So we'll just take item. I need to push. I need to do like a week of pushing keys again. I just haven't been. I'll do like 1 or 2, and I haven't been super tight. Like this is a great season for it too. I just haven't been on top of it, and that's been my fault. That's been my fault, chat. I apologize.
You are acknowledged.
All right.
Praise the machine.
Like super zoomed out.
Loads of forgotten knowledge are within.
I'll go ahead and pack the supplies. See you down below.
All right, we need to switch to Prot. We'll stick with the Mythic Plus build. I'm sure there's a better, like, Horrific Visions build that I'm not, like, actively acknowledging. Let me refresh Twitch here. What's up, Sauron? That is awfully close to Sauron. I love the name. Even if that's not what you meant. Even if that's not what you intended. Oh, what was this? Hold on. Did I miss a weekly? Where? Oh, it's okay. Just
Do you have a query?
You're out of nowhere. All right. So I heard that the Titans is now available on this.
Down on you.
Oh. Did I just already have this? Am I crazy? I thought that was new. I suppose I was wrong. All right, sorry about that. My bad, chat. I was like, ooh, new thing. This is not at all. Not quite what I was thinking. It's fine. It's fine. Today we will be making a video on, I think it's gonna be a Mythic Plus video, but I also have a reaction.
Driven mad by N'Zoth's whispers, Thrall
There was a
believes
video
the
that came
elements
up.
warn him of a disaster that only the old
You guys
gods
haven't seen it
can
yet.
prevent. Now all
On
of Orgrimmar drinks the blood of N'Zoth.
bro, we get it. Like he's chattering. All right. So if you haven't been on my YouTube yet, I created a forum page. So you can see right here, and then for my, let's see, my, ooh, which one is it? Ooh, maybe I need to do a desktop capture one. Let me change this one. So for my vertical folks. All right. For my vertical folks, in my Discord, I have something called Turtle Time. It is basically where you can share any posts. And so here there is a react that we're gonna do today, and it's on Preaches talking about WoW 2. So we're gonna react to that today as well. There was another react, but it was on classic hardcore, and it was like 45 minutes long. It's really good, but I'm like, I don't know if I could do that on stream. Like that's a long react. That's a real long react. So I don't know about that one, but in due time. In due time. Let's see. Stormwind today after reset. So it was Stormwind last week. However, I guess not that it didn't change, but I thought both were supposed to unlock. I guess I was wrong. I thought people were saying that after this prior week that it was supposed to be both. Let me go back. Maybe I missed something. But it was Stormwind this past week. Because it was Orgrimmar the week before that.
If you want something done,
Not from what I can see. Not from what I can see,
I will
Iggy.
see you again.
I don't see anybody extra or like any different queue.
We serve
Nope.
once more.
Yeah, not that I can see. Maybe they just did the talent trees then? Were all of these available previously? I bet I thought Org was last week. I mean, oh no. It said me send me to Horrific Visions of Orgrimmar. So it's Org again this week. Maybe it's Org. Well, dang. I heard Stormwind was the easier of the two, so these runs might be harder than I previously intended.
That the elements warn him of a disaster that only the old god can prevent. Now,
I personally think Org is just a lot tougher.
5, 4,
twisting
3,
the horde
2,
into a
No worries, you're good.
frenzy.
You're good, not a problem. Oh, big whoop. Oh, to be a rogue in this scenario. Oh, that's just rude. I really need to keybind my racial ability, don't I? I feel like I'm missing out on that. Missed opportunities. He's a big fella. He's spinning around. All right. Wait, was there always two people here? I thought it was just the one. All right, so just Red. Red is dead. Remember that, chat. We need that for our potions. I did some rogue runs with this. I was like, oh, let's just run this with rogue. Let's see how easy or hard it is. It was brutal. I haven't figured out how to play rogue yet in like any form of content. I want to start playing rogue again because I miss playing. I used to play all melee. I used to be obsessed with playing all melee. Now I'm kind of just warrior bound. That's what I know, you know? What I've done the past 3 expansions now. I don't know what else to play. Is there other things? Is there other classes? That wanna, I guess Monk seems interesting at least. And then I wouldn't say no to playing DK. I just don't know if I like how blood DKs play. But I want to start playing all melee again. That used to be my favorite. Like just having all melee alts.
My brothers and sisters in the Valley of Spirit be in danger.
Be in danger. Hey look, it's Lightning Boy.
That one first.
Get over here, boy. Oh, I got the running curse now. The worst curse of them all. Forced exercise. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like part Murloc. Oh, you know, I saw a post today. I was wondering what you guys think. So someone said, what do you think about there being a third faction? And immediately, like, of course I think of like what is it, ogres? But I'll say, like, what if you include things like, you can include things like, I don't know, like Murlocs. You can include things like previous things that were like villains, like the Naga. I would love to have like a third faction in WoW where it's all like previously villain classes that are now like their own like tribe, like a tribe of misfits essentially, like the Suicide Squad of WoW. I think that'd be so dope. I'm tired of not having these classes in WoW, but always like them being teased as if they're going to be a class in WoW. So right now people are talking about like ethereals. That's the one I hear a lot. And then now, and then the other thing is that that class, whatever that troll / night elf character is that we met in Undermine, whatever she is. And then it never ended up being a class. Instead, we get something else. Well, that's what I want. That is what I desire. Ooh, that was bad. You ain't get me again with that. Gotcha. All right, that was a big hit though. That hurt a lot. All right. I think Org is harder just because there's a lot of situations where you're forced to move, whereas in Stormwind you don't have to move nearly as much. Maybe last boss fight. This, I have no idea how to avoid his little, like, thing that sends you flying, so we just kind of, like, fuck it, we ball.
No. What have they done to you?
Bro, perfect time. Perfect time, Gammon.
Taste. Slay that monstrosity in the name of the Mag!
Bro, that's a Tauren, chill. Now's not the time, lady. Alright.
It cannot end.
You cannot end. Wait, is it blue? Is red, is the, oh my god. Easy sanity gains. Look at full sanity. There we go. It's the luck run. Take that as well. Oh, did I get it? I did. Okay. See, watch this. Like this one, like you literally have to stay like under his cloaca. Then also avoid this. You just gotta get closer. You have to be enveloped by his soul. On the circle. Okay, I'm right outside it. Ooh, that was beautiful.
My clan is dead.
I don't know if there's an optimal route to
Nothing
this.
I do
I'm not aware of it.
bring them back.
I just go. We just ride into the dawn as warriors, as brethren. Don't you mental assault me. All right. Oh my god. Okay, so we activate this one. The potion over here. I really thought this week was going to be both. Where I was going to allow both.
What you want?
Holy math.
Are you doing?
I'm worried about which quarter is it? And I can't remember the name of the quarter or the valley, what it's called. I'm worried about Valley of Honor. Rexxar is not going to be fun with this. That's usually like where I die. Okay. We got our Griffin. Anything over here? Ooh, potion. See it, I sees it. Okay. Ow. Just need a little bit of overflow. Oh no. Bad timing, Kevin!
Will not fall again.
Okay, we're good. Not like this. And everyone just be mentally assaulting. Stop it. Okay. I need to activate this. Stop. Stop launching me. Grab this. All right, here we go. Silenced? Oh no. Ooh, I'm in a bad spot. Oh jeez, I'm running. Oh jeez, I'm running. Such a weird thing to put, like it's like a debuff. All right, there we go. I keep on not noticing that I have the running debuff on me, and I'm running smack tap into it. Stop it.
My brothers and sisters,
My brothers and
how
sisters.
can we ever be trusting the voices of the elements again?
You'll be fine. You'll be fine, buddy. All right, go across. All right, Gammon buddy. At this rate, I'm not gonna run out of my first one until I hit the bosses, but I'm gonna have to use them on the bosses. I feel like that's what this feels like at this moment. 3, 2, 1. That was unnecessary. That's a bit overkill. That's my bad. Okay. Oh wow, there's a lot of you fellas. That stun kill you? What just happened? Okay. Like I was just like breathing on them. I think I breathed on them too hard. They couldn't take it. These are the pandemic warriors. They couldn't fight it. Okay. Don't you shoot beams at me.
Gammon will save us.
Name your
Let's search the drag for survivors. I'll conceal any we find while you keep the enemy.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
There's a teleporter on the other
This fella
side.
is a biggin.
Still works.
All right. Well, you fell again. All right, potion. Potion. Guy's not there. I just want to find a spot to stand still, please. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I had to use my revive because of that. That drained my health. Whew. Ooh, lordy. I hate the forced running. The forced running is what's killing me right now. And the amount of times this guy's appearing. Like, stop.
See if there's
I don't need
anyone
bonuses
here.
from you. I just need you to stop.
Casualty. Let's move along.
I'm not even going into the inn. Come back. Come back. Another potion.
Check the tailoring shop and orphanage for survivors. I'll keep watch.
Anything? Come hither. Got him. Okay. Enter. No, orphans. Okay. Tentacle Bros. Okay. Shh.
More blocked off buildings. Check the level where the
Anything?
engineering workshop
Usually crystal in here.
careful around those explosives.
Got it. I don't really need them right now, though. I'm kind of set on having enough of these little memories or whatever they are, mementos. All right,
This isn't good.
let's grab this blue and then we're good to go. Let's go.
Your screams shall echo in the Master's halls!
Feels so slow. It feels so. Whew. All right, Void Torrent again. Eek. Oh, that was perfect timing. That was golden. Still weird that my strongest ability is like my charge. One of my strongest ones. All right, that actually went well. That went oddly smooth. That's usually where, like, if I'm gonna mess up, that's where I'm gonna mess up. Like, it'll be like the sign of the times, not in the random hallway in this in the was it the drag or whatever. Ooh, blue. I have used my revive though, and that's my least favorite part so far. So are we cooked yet? No, I thought it was outside. Oh no. I swear. I was too close to the edge, probably. I could have leapt out of that too. I just didn't take it seriously. I was going so well.
That you are able to withstand the visions for longer than before. Each excursion prepares you for the.
That's the thing I'm not liking about visions this time around is, I mean, I don't know if it's just this time around, but it's not necessarily that it's hard. It's just like one slip up in the slightest area can be so devastatingly punishing. Why, chat? Why?
Driven mad by N'Zoth's whispers, Thrall believes that the elements warn him of a disaster that only the old god can prevent. Now all of Orgrimmar drinks the blood of N'Zoth,
All of Orgrimmar.
twisting the Horde into a frenzied war machine.
Say that 10 times fast.
We meet again, champion.
All of Orgrimmar. All of Orgrimmar. All of Orgrimmar.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I want to play Gas Station Sim, but I feel like I'm too far behind to play. Like, it's been out too long. There's so many like different like additions and expansions. Woo. Execute. Execute. All right, it's green. Green is mean, chat. All right, it's on the other side, so we need to go over yonder. Oh, there he is. The one, the only.
Taste my axe. I will not. It cannot.
It cannot end. Boom. Prohibition. You know, the good old times. Oh, what? What? In what universe? Did that aggro? That was weird. Ooh, now we fast, boys. Fast as fuck. Fast as fuck. What was it? Green? Green. Yeah, green is mean. Green is mean. All right. So red is bueno. All right. Red goes straight to your head, I think. Okay.
Champions,
Oh,
we've been needing your help.
we go again. We'll help you, Lightning Boy.
Gammon will save us.
Can we talk about this later, Gammon? Here, let's pull this fella right here. Ah, tree! Why?
I will not fall again.
You sure? Never say never. We're fine, chat. We're fine. Don't worry about our sanity. Worry about my health. I might die.
The false son of Durotan must die. The blood of the Maghar is on his hands. The Maghar refused to drink the blood of N'Zoth, and
Good for
were
you.
slaughtered for their defiance. Their spirits demand vengeance.
You hear him. They demand vengeance. Yeah, one at a time. I like this fight. Alright, staying out of big circles. Gonna be smart. Oh shit. Oh no. Using my revive this early. Great. This is where we get chain stunned. Yep. This is how it ends. Yep. That's why I avoid that group always. Oh my god. 3 of them. 3 of them. And you just get chain stunned. To infinity. Unbelievable. Ridiculous.
We must push further into the visions, but we lose you to madness.
Ridiculous. Alright, exit. Wow, TikTok hasn't kicked me out. What a rare sight to see. We go again. We go again. We go again.
Whispers. Thrall believes that the elements warn him of a disaster that only the old god can prevent.
5.
Once we get it clear, we'll do a react.
Drinks the blood of N'Zoth, twisting
And I think I have a vertical setup to where it'll do react as well as video. So I was thinking about you, TikTok. Ooh. Alright, what's the potion? What is it? Red. Red. Don't forget it, chat. You know what? That was mean.
Gammon will save us.
Alright, Gammon, you got this. Save us all.
Taste my axe. I will not fall again.
Whoopsies. You fell, my friend. The fuck? Oh, I clicked on the forge. How did that happen? Bro, I'm not clicking on the forge. Stop it. How would you let that happen in combat? Alright. What was it? Red? Red, 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 red. Red, 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 red. You're
Champions, we've been needing your help.
champions.
You be here just in time. My brothers and sisters in the Valley of Spirits be
All right.
in danger.
Just you and me, fella.
We got to kill that one first.
Slowly ease him into the corner. Hey, hey. Good? Okay, we're good.
N'Zoth's corrupted totems be dried.
The false son of Durotan must die! The blood of the Maghar is on his hands! The Maghar refused to drink the blood of N'Zoth, and were slaughtered for their defiance. Their spirits demand vengeance!
All right, Gammon.
Save us. Taste my axe.
It's like listening to the same song over and over again. Like sometimes you vibe with it and you listen to it like, and you're like, yeah, this is great. I can keep on listening to it. And then like the 42nd time, you're like, all right, maybe that's enough. For like the next few years, maybe that's enough. All right, good. Good, 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 good. Eek. Not the circles. All right, this should be, ooh, wow, okay. Oh, wow, okay. I did not notice those were still alive. Seriously. That was so annoying. That's... Okay, there we go. Oh, here we go. Seriously? Are you supposed to get out of that fast enough? I am baffled. It's so quick. All right. I think I'll have to do my first restoration right here. Too many mistakes. My bad, chat. Don't you love doing all of your fights looking directly down? That's how I do all my fights. Especially the ones I love.
I will not fall.
Are we good? Oh, still a tentacle. Tentacles just hanging out here. Where they at? Dead? I think it's dead. Okay. Ooh, the potion. Oh, was that another one too? Hold up. There was 2 back here. There was, yeah. The sanity one too. I probably should have saved that. That probably wasn't smart. Anytime I try to do one mid-fight, it never works out. Alright. Here's what we do. We just stand here.
What have they done to you?
And then we run back at it. 5 head move. Only like 2/4 inches. That's half an inch for those of you not mathing that. I think we're clear. Yeah, we're clear.
Slay that monstrosity in the name of the Maghar!
Come hither. Waiting, 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 waiting. And go. Oh, come on. Stop it! I'm stuck at the totem! Why is my heroic leap like locked in right now? Ooh, nowhere is safe.
My clan is dead, and nothing I do will ever bring them back.
Like, is that on me though? Like, I'm doing my best here. All right. Next section. It wouldn't go away. I had to just use it. It was bothering me. Can we not? Can we not do that? All right, blue. I like it. And Gammon is coming soon. This is good. Good. All good news. Ooh, there's a crystal there. Oh, that was not funny. Void Buffet. Stop launching me off the platform. It's so annoying. Ah!
Gammon will save us.
Sure you will, buddy. Get me out of here. All right, we're good.
Taste my axe. I will not fall again.
We're just gonna run around in a circle for a second. Cool. Alright, no potions. Ow. Potions. You guys all casting that spell is hella cringe. I need that to stop. Alright, here we go. Beautiful. Look at us. That's not funny. That's not funny. I don't find any of that funny. What the fuck? Such a bad time to get that debuff. It's so stupid. Oh my god. Stop it! Alright. Of course it's you, Gammon. Who else would it be? So many debuffs! It's so excessive. Stop it.
I will not.
Alright. Let's see. What's this? Blue? Perfect. Let's go. Be full again, chat. That's not funny. That was bad timing. Alright, where my circle at? Oh, that's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny, chat. That's not funny, chat. That I got cornered. I got stupidly cornered. That was insane. Revive gone. Cool, I'm standing right on it. Neat. It like ran me directly into the corner and like pincered me between two waves. That was ridiculous. Alright. Doesn't matter. We don't need it, right? Right? It's so weird when you get fall damage sometimes. Like, that didn't feel like a 1.5 million damage fall. To me. I mean, it was a little steep. I feel like I wouldn't have taken damage from that. Like, oh, hello. Let's zoom in a little bit. I'm a little far out right now. All right. You're hilarious, Gammon. Can we take this somewhere else, please?
Taste my
I can't do it. I just have to suffer in silence here.
I will not fall under. It cannot end.
How come I can't click this damn thing? Let me in!
Kill the orc and scour the drag. All who refuse the master's blood shall suffer.
Dude, if it is anything for what? For what? Oh, yep, we're running. We're running now, chat. So many circles. All of the circles. Yeah. So many debuffs.
My knife.
Let's search the drag for survivors. I'll
Ooh.
conceal any we find while you
Loot
keep the enemy
potions
at bay.
for me?
There's a teleporter on the other side of the drag. I just hope it still works.
Okay. Is there a caster in this group? The Ravager, I think. Okay. I think it's this. Wait, no. We'll just charge the front, I guess.
Gammon will save us.
Who's next?
I'm gonna keep on running away from this because I can't stop running, so might as well be in a direction I prefer.
I will not.
Alright, thank you.
It cannot end.
Ooh. This gives a buff, right? Yuck. Yuck. Okay, pressing on.
Another casualty. Let's move along.
Can you just stop? Accept our fate here, you know? Little dignity.
Check the
Dead. Alright, I think it's this one. Okay, buddy. One more time before this boss.
I only accept the finest drafts. Taste my axe.
Did he say I only accept the finest drafts? That's actually kind of cute. That's adorable.
More blocked off buildings. Check the leatherworking and engineering workshops. Careful around those explosives.
Okay. Clear to chat.
This isn't good.
Your screams shall echo in the Master's halls!
I did too early. No, chat in the bed. Ooh, doggy. Oh, that's not fun. You slow down just a little bit.
Critical corruption levels detected. Initiating evacuation protocol.
Initiating. It's not a hard fight. It really
It
isn't.
seems that you are able to withstand the visions for longer than before.
Really?
Each excursion prepares you
Word?
for the horrors of Ny'alotha.
You don't say. Okay, let me pull this up so you guys can see. So YouTube and then game capture.
Immediately I thought, wow, 2.
Okay. Properties. WoW 2. To all right. Okay. Kind of messed up the size a little bit, I guess, in changing it, but it's fine. All right, game capture. Where's my game capture? Properties, a full screen. Yep. I guess we put YouTube React above this one then. Okay. Vertical looks halfway decent. Let's just make this a little bigger. And then move VCam to the top. Yeah. Okay. Mute this for now. Close that. It is hard to multi-stream and react to stuff at the same time. That is a toughie. All right, cool. Let's go.
When the World Soul Saga was announced, immediately I thought, WoW 2 is coming. And it's been a pretty hot topic in my...
All right, cool. Buttons work too. All right, so this is a video made by Preach talking about why WoW 2 is coming. Honestly, when I was thinking about this, I think that we all thought like SOD at some point was going to merge into classic, like it was going to be a classic plus, or it was going to be sort of the building blocks of what WoW 2 would be. But I think a lot of people have different ideas of what WoW 2 possibly is, between it being a complete reset or it being basically an extension of classic, or it being, hey, let's take retail, stop where it's at, and then maybe just completely left turn. So like I've heard of a few different things of what it could possibly be. I'm interested to see what Preach says though.
When the World Soul Saga was announced, immediately I thought, WoW 2 is coming. And it's been a pretty hot topic in my circles for a while now. I was even asked about it at my recent Blizzard trip to Boston. However, it has caused some confusion as to what WoW 2 would mean for our beloved 20-year-old MMO. And the weird thing is, it's kind of already happening. Let's take a look. I'm not going to BS you and say I've confirmed or leaked info. We don't. It's speculative for sure, but...
I am curious. This is something that I've been wondering about, is with these interviews that are happening between creators and WoW, it kind of begs the question of not necessarily like how close are the creators to WoW, like how much are they influencing it? Because I think that's already happening. I think like with MDI and with how many things are either made into esports or these big like well-known events, I think that already has influenced the game, and that can be seen in how the game has changed. But I am curious that is the game being influenced more so in a direction of traditional WoW, how a lot of the WoW devs that that we know now are actually, in fact, they were players before they were devs, and now that they're part of the team. Like, I wonder if some of these creators are being brought in as like social media managers or like some form of community representatives in a way. I think Twitch tried to do something like this where they had community representatives. I don't know how well it turned out or if that's still a thing, but I wonder how often these interviews happen, like if it's actually meaning like they have actual legit positions within Blizzard, because there are some people who I think get a lot of love in the World of Warcraft space that seem to have like unofficial, like not I would say unofficial ties. I wouldn't say like preferential treatments, because I don't know what that would look like necessarily, except for in competition. But I do wonder if there's like some sort of ties that they have unofficially with Blizzard. I am curious.
There's so much evidence to suggest that something may be in the works. The World Soul Saga itself having a definite end point, and that the final expansion, The Last Titan, probably being Azeroth, might actually cause the destruction of some or even part of the planet. All right, time for a lore catch-up. Okay, in the beginning, there were Titans. They are huge, and they all live friendly, held hands, a lot of flowers going on. But then, one of them got mad. See Brownbeard? Boom, Sargeras, yeah? Got horns. He was mad, wrecked all their bodies.
Also, Sargeras was just like a huge, just big sad boy. Like, he was just like like super depresso. Like, he was a super like strong guy, but like he's just like, oh well, it's just we're all kind of doomed. Like, if you want the perfect example of like depression turning someone into like one of the greatest and most deadly villains out there, like conniving and just like turning people to the other side, that is somebody who definitely turned people to the other side just as a skill, like as a personal skill. Like they add it to their LinkedIn profile. That's how strong it was.
But trapped fragments of them in the big suck. And then we come along, muscle bound. What did we do? Sucked off Sargeras, yeah? Straight to the Shadow Realm with you. Still around though, Illidan coming back. And then Baby Bean. Azeroth itself is a world soul. Where do Titans come from? Boom, baby beans. And that's in the middle of our planet.
Baby beans.
What does that mean when the last Titan approaches? Bang. Everything's gonna break. That's how you do lore. Screw you, Noble.
Wow. I will say some of these lores are a bit drawn out to where it's like they do these like long animations and whatnot. But honestly, I think I'm a personal believer that I'm not really going to read the books. I'm kind of just going to play the game. I need to get the lore from the game. that's the only source for me.
20 years has amassed a lot of geographical space that, let's face it, in the retail version of the game is basically empty. So a little catastrophic destruction wouldn't be the end of the world, literally. And with things like the Caverns of Time existing to go back and do the older content when players want, it's all good. All that is to say, if you were going to do something spectacular, then the end of the World Soul Saga fits quite nicely, doesn't it? Which brings us to WoW 2. Now, since the discussion started, there have been quite a lot of suggestions and confusion on just how that would happen. Would it be a different launcher? Would there be new characters to make? Would it be like FF14 where they literally destroyed the game and a new one launched that was entirely different? Would it be like Overwatch, forcing everyone to move over to Overwatch 2? Maybe.
I mean, it's the same company, so I feel like if we're gonna pick any of those, I would say it's most likely gonna be the Overwatch route. Like, hey, you remember all the previous story that led up to this? Well, forget about that. That's no longer gonna be a thing. If you think you remember the connection between this, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You don't remember a connection. That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're delusional.
Maybe it's even got some FPS component or something. As crazy as it may sound, it's understandable where these ideas have come from. For years, people have been making all kinds of wonderful WoW-inspired content using tech that isn't over 20 years old at this point. And I'm sure many of you have seen recreations of your favorite zones made in Unreal Engine with gorgeous light.
I actually don't like those. A lot of people like give those, I think, too much credit. I think while they have an appeal to them, it's like nice to see it in a different light. I don't want to see WoW that way. I think that if that's what you think you want to see, no, you don't. I think it's one of those things. I think it's you can probably make an argument to where, yeah, that might be interesting to try. But I think WoW has always been a stylized form and has never been about realism. I think that's why the combat has, like, in a way, it's so timeless. It's always been timeless because the art style, the combat, the design has always been in a way of like a way that was made for lasting a very long time. Now, you could say that timeless has kind of turned into something that looks kind of Disney. So I'd rather take the realism versus the cartoony look. I totally understand that, but I don't think the Unreal Engine look is what I want necessarily. I don't necessarily want that because a lot of things would turn creepy. My favorite's always been the Tauren. Tauren would just look creepy to me.
Lighting, fully voiced, or even looking at Blizzard's advanced animation techniques that we know they're capable of. Before we go into that though, the question always comes up, why? Why would there even be a WoW 2? Well, pick your poison. There's no way in hell Morhaime and the squad expected their game that they made all those years ago to be still up and running. And it's pretty clear, the speed bumps are over for now. It isn't going away anytime soon, so it makes sense to start planning for another 20 years. I apologize to my OGs for what's about to happen, and to the people who are now playing WoW who were born after it came out. This isn't going to be pretty. Do you realize just how old World of Warcraft is?
Oh, stop.
Do you know that's the year that Half-Life 2 came out?
Oh my gosh.
Halo 2? Metal Gear Solid 3, which is now about to get its 5th revision of the game. If that doesn't make you feel old, let me do this for you. Doom: The Dark Ages just came out and people are ripping and
I'm kind of seeing where this argument is going, in the sense that because the game is long in the tooth, that it needs a sort of a refresh. It needs a reset, because the game can only progress so far in its current framework. Like you can change what's under the hood only so many times before you're kind of just you're working harder than you need to be. You're gonna get people. You're gonna get people who are designers, artists, and coders who are like, well, I don't know how to work with this old code, and you're spending so much time training those people just to work with old design, old networks, old anything, and it takes too much effort to get somebody spun up, or that person's talents are wasted, because why not spend that instead building from something fresh? I totally get that. I totally get that.
Tearing all the way through. Do you know in 2004 though, Doom 3 came out? A game so advanced that it couldn't even run on most people's PCs at all. Still not enough? Okay. Last week, as of recording this, we got the big reveal of GTA 6 coming next year and what it looks like.
I honestly heard that meme too many times that I forgot about it again.
The best, most realistic graphics out there. GTA San
Like this came out
Andreas
before
came
GTA
out.
6.
Look at them side by side, my friends. 20 years is a really long time in tech. Problems with current WoW are pretty obvious, right? For the most part, the game runs decently, but then... I'm not going to be rolling dice again here, but you guys have done a world boss. Whole game just falls apart. It's in fact gotten so bad that 30-man Ansarek was essentially unplayable for many people. WoW was known for a long time as the seamless world with no loading screens, and now, well, we load screen every couple of seconds. At the Race to World First, not only do the raiders get top-of-the-line PCs, but they have all these weird rules, such as relogging or restarting every couple of hours to clear out cache and reset memory and things, as it has dramatic performance loss if you are playing WoW for a few hours. Silly things have been a nightmare to change. The backpack size, for one. Like, the entire original code was built on the back of it. Or the struggles they've had over the years with multi-core performance, which has grown, don't get me wrong, by leaps and bounds over the last decades. They have done some phenomenal upkeep.
Yeah, I think a lot of that, like a lot of the quirkiness that he's talking about, I think it talks about it in a little bit too positive a light for me. I think in a lot of ways where Blizzard does well is, it seems like for the most part, if it's a problem that that can be hotfixed on something that they release, they will hotfix it. But no matter what, because they always have to hotfix something, it seems that some of the bigger glaring issues, the bigger projects, get left behind. And it's not that they don't know about them, it's that there's just not enough bandwidth for the team to deal with it, even if they know how it needs to be dealt with. And so often these, like, is this quirkiness with the code, or basically like, hey, let's put in this patch, people are going to love this event, and then the patch is buggy, or it causes some other part of the game to now be bugged out. It creates a lot of this backlog that I think it's like this needs to be fixed. Like this has been a consistent problem where if you were in any other job on any other game, you'd probably get fired if you were in that position. But I think it's not necessarily someone's fault for that. It's that there is so much quirkiness and so many like weird methods that we all employ. I think like your people who do mythic rating and people who do like high-end mythic plus probably get it the best, but the amount of things that you have to do that just are like in any other game you would call a bug and you'd be like, well, this needs to be fixed. I'm not going to play this if it's buggy and it can't be, and it's not working properly. But in WoW, especially high-end gaming, you'd call it a feature, or you'd call it a skip or something like that. So it's weird that WoW constantly exists in this state of like high expectations, but also we kind of go through in any normal patch cycle, we go through, I would say, more bugs than we do features. Like if you were to quantify the number of bugs and then quantify the number of features, you would be outnumbered by the number of bugs. It's how it is.
Years, but the issues, they're all there for people to see, and I'm sure you can name 1,000 more. With that said, let's have the grand reveal. What, in my opinion, would WoW 2 look like? Well, here's a screenshot of World of Warcraft today in retail. And here is what WoW 2 would likely look like. When we're discussing WoW 2, it's not about the graphics. WoW's graphics can always be better, but the style has been pretty timeless.
Yep.
When showing
timeless.
you Grand Theft
Exactly
Auto
what I was
earlier,
saying.
the comparison doesn't really fit with something like WoW. More importantly, MMOs are like a comfortable blanket for a lot of players. A dramatic shift in appearance and style would likely not be welcome. Hell, dude, we've seen this so many times. People lost their minds at the updated character models a few years back, myself included.
I think people are like 50-50 on them.
Way meaner and angrier than this goofy face thing.
Yeah.
No. The idea of WoW 2
it definitely softened the look
back-end,
a lot less
to allow
meaner.
the game to do all the things they wish it could do and may want to do in the future without it being hamstrung by literally decades of old design. And that is what leads me to the next point. It's kind of already happening. Dragon riding and the new housing function that I got to test should not exist. Housing in particular.
Okay, this kind of sounds like a bit of glazing to me. To be like, WoW 2 is already here. Like, this is such a revolutionary expansion that we're kind of already getting it. We're just getting it piecemealed across patches, or in case of dragon riding, across expansions. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I don't think that's what people want with a WoW 2. If you were to slap WoW 2 at the end of this expansion and be like, oh yeah, all the extra additions, this is what WoW 2 is. Yeah, that would be an Overwatch. That would be an Overwatch 2 treatment. That's what it would be. You're basically saying, hey, yeah, you kind of already know what it's going to be like here. Just, you know, a little bit extra. Like it's the Mario Kart 9 treatment, where it's like, all right, you got rails and wall riding, Mario Kart 9, you're welcome. Like, okay, I guess. I don't know. I don't necessarily vibe with that. I don't think that's good enough.
There was a feature I've talked to people at Blizzard about since 2016. The message was always the same regardless. It just can't be done in a way that makes it what the players want and expect. The game simply cannot do it. Well, just a week ago, I played it. It works, and it shouldn't. So how was it done? Look, man, when devs speak to me about this stuff, they rightly regard me like a child who cannot fathom that it is possible to connect two shoelaces together in a way that stay tied, and rightly so. I don't know about this stuff. But essentially I asked, how did you do it? How is this possible? How is dragon riding possible? It's not just the player in the 3D space, but faster, which is basically what normal mounts are. The answer was essentially, well, it wasn't. Until someone figured something out a few years ago, and now it's here. Cool. All right.
Is it spoiled of me? Is it spoiled of me to think that this whole thing of like, we just can't do it, community, we're so sorry, we can't do this, there's just no way, and then someone in like a corner going like Doc from Back to the Future hitting his head on the toilet, I think it was, just going, oh, we figured it out. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's it. I think that's like sensationalizing a story a bit. I mean, let's just be honest. You had garrisons. You needed enough time to pass to be like, all right, this did not go well, but you know, we can do better now. All right, I was blue. So I mean, like, let's just be honest. Like, it's a player want. Do the players want it enough? Is there enough gaps between what players are wanting currently and how long it's been since we last messed this up? It's time gating, but acceptable time gating, I guess. In my opinion, I mean, if we're gonna be honest, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, that's kind of the way it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone. Who knows?
But here's the important bit in the statement that I got years ago. Often people don't really understand how long in the making things are. Blizzard has been working quietly, discreetly, on major additions for the game for literal years before it ever sees the light of day, and God knows how many they've scrapped. And an overhaul of WoW could very well fall into that category. Now, I know many of you are thinking, what's the point in making the same finished product that we see in game again? Well, this is actually happening, and I'm really not going to be chortling the balls here of FF14, but there's a prime example happening right now that is very relevant to what we're talking about, so bear with me here. FF14 is coming to mobile. That's right, the entire MMO, cutscenes, all...
That is actually crazy. like for I mean, I know you could play WoW technically on mobile, through like the kind of like the NVIDIA service where it's like there's a server and you just kind of you're playing a screen. You're not really playing like it's not your phone hardware running it. So I get it, but like, isn't that crazy? Like some games, some other MMOs are, I guess, that far in their game where mobile's a possibility. That's just wild to me.
Audio. The whole thing is going to be available on a mobile phone. Now, here's the thing. It's being rebuilt, similar to what we're talking about here, by a different company to visually come across as the same, but they're changing the foundation. They're changing their infrastructure at the very base, which is allowing the mobile version to do things that the main game cannot. I know that sounds crazy, but it is exactly what's happening, and it's causing a lot of issues in the FF14 community because they're like, wait, the mobile version in some ways is better than the console and PC version. A simple example would be dyeing armor. You can dye your armor in FF14's main game. You can do it with 2 different colors.
I'm thinking it's meaning accessibility and not like actual like better.
16 different dye channels on your armor. You can customize the buttons, the lapels, the logos, all sorts of things. Now here's the weird thing. That actually exists in the main game in a farm, right? You can do that with the use of add-ons. Add-ons allow you to change all the 16 things on armor. But the actual base game infrastructure does not allow that much information to be transferred amongst the players that are playing the game right now. If you want to do this, what you can do is save it locally to your machine. So you use an add-on, it shows you with your perfect little glam, your character will appear that way, but information is not being sent to other players. That is the trick. Their infrastructure does not allow that kind of information to pass between players. The foundation doesn't quite work. What the mobile game has been able to do is actually go in, change that base infrastructure, so even though the actual finished product looks exactly the same, no different whatsoever, the underlying structure allows them to do many more things. And you can imagine exactly why the main game players are a little miffed that the mobile version is seemingly superior in some ways.
I think simultaneously, though, I think that the concerns of a mobile player are different from the concerns of a main PC player. I think that if you're really considering your player base, maybe if you were making WoW mobile functional, right? Someone who would want WoW mobile functional would want to be able to do their transmog, might want to be able to auto run quests, you know, kind of like a gacha feature. They might want to do something along the lines of modifying their house or designing their house. So if you would want to optimize it to be more functional in that regard for them. So to me, that's understandable. But I guess I get the uproar.
Over on my bloody mobile phone, on my tablet, instead of existing in the big main game I'm playing on my super expensive PC. And there are a number of other examples of it. But this is a prime example of what we're talking about that WoW is trying to do, and WoW might want to adopt, is by remaking the whole game, changing all that base infrastructure, allowing a lot more doors to be open. The finished product looks the same, but it is absolutely not the same at the bottom and allows for so many more options. So with that said, perhaps World of Warcraft 2, as in the box, the collector's edition, the expansion, the title itself will never exist. Instead, Blizzard has found a different way. Bit by bit, they're going to consume and overtake and replace all these old systems one by one. Or perhaps, when the credits roll on the World Soul Saga, we'll see a message. World of Warcraft, a realm reborn.
Stop. Yeah, I mean, I personally think that WoW as like, you know, as a basically a 2 has to be essentially a reset. Otherwise, it's going to feel too much like a Overwatch 2 treatment where it's just like, hey, you know, you're already in WoW 2. You just were dreaming the whole time. Let's say, so otherwise it's just gonna feel like that's gonna feel very cheapened. Is WoW working on something in the background to make it feel like I guess the closest thing we've had is like a Cataclysm expansion, where kind of everything is changed? I think it's entirely possible. I think there's enough middling patches in this whole thing to make it feel like the game right now is very much just on a coasting type of feel, and not really that the game is being like actively developed and the team is working on only the next patch. It really does feel like not necessarily WoW is taking a break, but like WoW has really really just taken on recycling patches and old content as their main way of keeping players invested in the game, for better or for worse. So I think that it's entirely possible that they're working on something bigger, but I think that's a bit optimistic at the same time, where it's like, okay, to say that though, that means that they planned for all of this to be bad for eventually us to have like a good, you know, like a good WoW 2 release. Like, so all this is not good, so the rest can be good in the future. But that kind of goes, to me, that goes against their philosophies that they've stated, where they've been like, oh, we've stopped with the philosophy of designing systems that are good in the long run for systems that are good in the short term. Like, we'd rather players be happy now versus happy later. And that's exactly what Ian said not too long ago at the Nordic conference. So to me, it doesn't seem like that's the case. Or if they do that, it's going exactly to the opposite of everything they've been claiming, which is on par for Blizzard, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time sort of disappointing as far as things go. But let me know in the comments what you think about this. I mean, I'd love to hear what people think about the possibility of a WoW 2. What would you like to see from a WoW 2 that's different from this? What's an example of a game that did a good 2, like, you know, like Guild Wars 2, or is there an RPG out there that we could use as a guideline, or is just Final Fantasy the guideline that we should establish ourselves with, and then just kind of go with that? You know, like what should be our standard to go by? But let me know in the comments. Of course, like this video if you like to give it a subscribe while you're at it, and check us out when we go live. Check some of these reacts. We only do them live on stream. We kind of just leave it for the stream for kind of like upfront reactions with some of these videos. And also check out some more of my content that I post on my YouTube page, as well as some of the community discussions that we like to have on topics just like this. But until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. All right, let me fix all this. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Yeah. All right, we can turn this back on. Oop. Kind of cornered myself there. All right, there we go. And the screen. I think we're back. Chat. Yeah, I think WoW 2 is like it's a discussion. I think ever since Classic came out, it's been like every year we get a serious discussion about WoW 2 actually being a thing. I'm not gonna say that like it's definitely gonna happen, but at this point, I think there's 3 major projects that WoW or that Blizzard's working on with WoW, and to me, realistically, that's Classic, that's retail, and it's probably WoW 2. Maybe WoW 2, replace WoW 2 with just the next expansion. I think the other thing is too, with these interviews that the creators are having, like how much information are they releasing that is just kind of BS information to kind of like just poll the community, like hey, release this video. Like maybe they tell them, maybe they don't. Like how often are they doing this stuff just to get what players feel about this after, like, you know, they see the comments of this. Because we've seen they've been active in like Reddit and like social media and like YouTube, responding to people's like chats and stuff like that. Definitely not responding in like the like the actual like forums or support, but they're definitely responding in some places. So I am curious, I guess is what I'm saying, to see what they're really working on in the end all be all. There's a lot of circles. I got the run back, D.Va.
I will not fall again.
Okay, this is chaotic to say the least. All right, I think it's blue. It's still blue, right? It was blue. Oh, I didn't wake up the orc. Wakey, wakey.
Let's search the drag for survivors. I'll conceal any we find while you keep the enemy at bay.
All right, blue is bad. Don't grab
There's a
blue.
teleporter on the... See if there's anyone here.
Seriously, stop. This is ran me smack dab into the wall.
Let's move along.
Ow. All right.
Check the tailoring shop and orphanage for survivors. I'll keep watch.
Get some. Ooh, I could use that. Gimme, 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 gimme. Ba, 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 ba. Please don't hurt me. Stop running!
Check
Oh
the
my god.
leatherworking and engineering workshops. Careful around
That
those
debuff always happens right when I need to stop. And I have nowhere to go. Alright. This is kind of bad. Not gonna lie. This is kind of bad. Do I wait for Nemesis to spawn? Like, what do I do? This is actually bad. All right, I think we just restart, or we recharge. All right, here we go. Any believers in chat, please?
Your screams shall echo in the Master's halls.
That's just annoying. That's annoying. There goes the whole thing. It's just all gone now. Yeah. Org is gonna be a hard sell. This is gonna be a difficult sell. I don't know. Like, it's definitely possible to get past. It's just sometimes like you get stuck by one thing and it's like it's gonna one shot you. Maybe I just need like I need something. Do I have like minor speed on my boots? So maybe maybe I just need more speed. Scout's March. Maybe I need an upgraded Scout's March. Does that increase it? I don't know. We don't know, chat. Okay. That's another one. Let's see. Let's double check. It's good. It's good. I'm gonna use the restroom and then we're gonna do another video. Let's clear. All right, let's look at this from this perspective. And then properties. Ooh. Also, I'm going to share a link in chat. It's my newest video that's currently out. Check it out. Follow, like, subscribe. Give that video some love. Please, please, please. All right. Let's see, a new YouTube vid is out. All right, pinned. Could not pin. All right, interesting. Could not pin. Whoa. And can you pin chats in on TikTok? I've never actually tried. The boom. All right. New video. Check it out. Like, subscribe, give it some love. Watch it a few times, please. That would be great. Minimize. Minimize. All right, cool. See. I need. Okay. There it is. Cool, and it's right above it too. Neat. Woulda. Cool, we've got it here. Whoa. Why am I seeing 2? Oh, I see. All right, cool. Cool. All right. YouTube intros. Get those out of the way. All right. Behind the fourth wall, everybody. Okay. What's up, adventurers, and welcome to a brand new Sean Said Go video. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about Mythic Plus. I feel like it's been a minute since we've talked about Mythic Plus and really discussed some of the woes and the community discussion and where it's currently at. Because I think overall, I mean, like the big underpinning, you guys get it. So the big thing about really Mythic Plus right now is that season 3 has felt good for the most part. 4 scores. I mean, like, I think it's still like 10%, you know, something along those lines. I looked at the exact numbers, but I think people have overall felt better about season 2 than they did season 1. And now people are starting to look back at season 1 and be like, hey, you know, season 1 wasn't all that bad. Now that I think about it, like, you start to get some of that nostalgic feeling, I guess, a little bit. So let's talk a little bit more about what people are saying, though. So in this first post, this post is by Vard. It says, hard to put into words, but I feel like Mythic Plus is in a somewhat toxic state and suffering from survivor bias. And so the first one says, we should improve Mythic Plus somewhat. And this other one says, yet you don't participate in plus 20s. Curious. I am very intelligent. So I feel like a lot of times, basically this perspective is that if you haven't done to the caliber I've done things, then you're like, you don't have a position to speak from, which I think is kind of unfortunate, because I think that there's a lot of people who do have something valid to say, but they often get silenced because it's just like, well, I'm only going to hear you if you've done this better than I have. Or since I had to suffer through it, you have to suffer through it too. So like, to me, it seems kind of silly to be like, well, I think that you need to do this, or this is what you have to do in order to do it, because I suffered through it. You have to suffer through it too. That's the way it feels right now. So let's see what some of the comments say. It says, can you put into words what outcome would be best? More balanced dungeons, more capable classes, easier achievements. Vengeance Demon Hunter players waterboarded until they stop jumping into packs and dying instantly. I am speed. This is the Vengeance Demon Hunter mentality in a nutshell. What's the issue with 10s? The only problem is people boosted with item levels who don't know the dungeons 3 months in, which is something the devs isn't something the devs can fix. I was doing a 10 to round out my vault yesterday, and Tank legit pulled double Peacekeeper multiple times until disband. There's no fix for people's brains. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a number of, this isn't exclusive to season 2, but I think there's a number of people who do get away with, whenever seasons are a bit easier to achieve higher keys, they get away with doing keys horror for longer, whereas maybe season 1 people were getting stopped at like 4s and 5s. Now people are getting away with doing much more because it is easier to get to those higher keys, because of just the dungeon setup. Is it Blizzard's fault? No, I don't think it's necessarily Blizzard's fault, the way that's occurring, but that's kind of the situation we're in. The solution to toxicity in WoW has always been to play with pre-made, you know, and it's bound to happen way more in any content that can be failed. I just straight up refuse to play Pug. Luckily, I have enough friends that play with that I can do this, but it's drastically improved my mental health. I pugged Keystone Heroes Season 1 in Dragonflight and thought it was fine at the time. Then I started running with guildies, it got better, etc., etc. Don't ask me to be social in a social game. I'm confused because Mythic Plus feels like the best it's been since I came back since BFA. It's definitely one of the better states. Some dungeons for pushing or have a ton of interrupts, Priory, which can get scary. Also pushes Vengeance Demon Hunter meta, but that's a tale as old as time, so it's not really new. I really enjoyed this season. Something I am noticing in Mythic Plus is that there seems to be, I don't want to say that there's like a meta that I'm noticing, but more of you can notice when someone doesn't know when they're doing a lot clearer, and it's a lot more glaringly obvious, and a lot of times it's the tank where it's like, okay, something's not happening here that needs to be happening, unfortunately. Mythic Plus is in the best state it's been for a long time, unless you prefer to have weekly posts calling every affix BS for healers ranged melee tank. Yeah, I mean, that was the conversation every like every few weeks. It was like, this one's awful, like how are we gonna get past this? And it was legitimate. I mean, I'm not saying they were wrong, I'm just saying like that was the argument consistently. So I mean semi sort of valid, I guess. I'm more annoyed how awful the lower keys are. When I played an alt and want to level them like my main in Mythic Plus, and experience is incredibly awful, and then awfulness increases every week after emergence of a given tier as more players get to higher item levels, and this issue has massively increased since Delves. They equip people rather well and then they immediately jump into 7s, then there's no preparation at all. And that's what I'm noticing too. I think it's kind of the same from the previous season to this season, in that like 10s are kind of like the benchmark to where players who don't know what they're doing kind of stop. And I would say though simultaneously expectations also get much higher. So it's like you just won't get invited, or if you get invited, you're gonna get like blacklisted. So it's a bit of a mix. But talking about lower keys, this post says why nobody finds healers for low keys. This is done by Competitive Web 1500, and it says it's not because we healers constantly face toxicity, it's because low keys just suck. People below 3k don't know how to use personals. It's frustrating to end a 7 with 15 deaths, and 12 would have much harder mobs, but would be easier to heal and ends with 3 deaths. Get yourself straight, or keep waiting hours, rant over. I mean, it's hard to tell though whenever you're queuing when that happens. Some people just look at scores and that's really it. It's the same with tanking low keys. Everything under 10s is just frustrating, and I don't mean fails or mistakes that can happen. I mean attitude of people. Sometimes we had a key where 2 DPS pulled extra, even though we did the same route and did in a 12 to 15 because. Or since it was a 9, we lived. God, it was awful. After that, they even had that attitude where they say, "Why did you pull so slow?" 3K itself isn't a great measure either, due to boosting communities. There are tons of players out there with 3K who only have 4 12s, 4 13s to their names, and nothing else. So be careful with looking at a number. I mean, honestly, I kind of want to see like how bad the boosting community has gotten, because I mean right now, especially with the puzzling cartel chips, I mean we are going to be getting a catch-up mechanic. I am curious to see though how bad boosting has gotten since the implementation of the puzzling cartel chip. You know, I'm curious if it's gotten worse or notably, or like how would it be even tracked? I don't really know, but I've heard from several of my healer friends that they try to get into Mythic Plus before they feel like before that they feel like healing demands are way too high when they're doing 5 or 6s. When I brought them into 12 or 13s, they felt like it was way easier and a breeze to heal through. The mistakes players make in these low keys are terrifying, make the healers feel like they're failing the group. I would say, yeah, early on, the biggest thing is players will make mistakes. I think as you get into higher keys, the most mistakes that DPS make aren't necessarily deadly. It's that you have to be doing what you're doing on the run. You have to be doing what you're doing while you're doing something else. I think melee is probably, I'm biased towards it, but I think melee deals with probably the most of like get the void circles. You also have to get near somebody to do this interrupt and so something like that. So I think that the problem is in those higher keys is that while you have like you're capable of avoiding death or getting hit constantly and stressing out your healer, what happens is your DPS does suffer if you do not know how to attack on the run, if you do not know how to do a mechanic while you're also DPSing, if you do not know how to optimize your rotations for when it switches from an AoE fight to a 2 to 3 target fight to a single target fight. So your ability to adapt and change those things like in a flow state is absolutely essential. And if you're not doing it, then that's where you experience too many mechanics and then you die. So it's like DPS become much more essential, less so in deaths and suffering to time, but more so in can you upkeep your DPS rotation or your max DPS and also do this other thing is the big thing. But totally understand why healers, this is a tale as old as time, I feel like, with healers experiencing the low keys, is that basically players suffering unnecessary damage is the biggest thing. So, but let's look at it from a new player's perspective. What are they thinking? And in this post, this post is done by Far Insurance, and this one says, new to the game and kind of regretting it. The reason being is that I am running dungeons to level, and the amount of mean people I've encountered is staggering. Coming from Final Fantasy and Guild Wars, I always say hi at the start of a dungeon, pretty standard, because I like to have a nice atmosphere. I've been kicked after a second boss for seemingly no reason, seeing the tanks and DPS abuse each other for one mistake. True. Tanks run very far ahead with speed boost and shout at me when they die. Spam trying to kick people from the group after dying or saying BRB. I would say that's probably like the kicking thing. Honestly, I really do think that's not Mythic Plus. If I were to say like any form of toxicity, you could probably attach it to Mythic Plus in some sort of way. But I really do not see kicking in Mythic Plus because you're kind of just in it, and it's either your run suffers greatly, or it's not going to work anymore, or you literally just like you bomb the run. So it's like there's really no purpose to do it unless you're just really pissed and you just don't care anymore. But honestly, I feel like the tanks run very far ahead and speed boost and shout at me when they die. A lot of times, I feel like that needs to, if I were to say any issue, it's usually between DPS and tanks or DPS and healers. A lot of times, this is a healer and tank discussion. Like, hey, I'm going to be doing this route. I'm going to stop at certain points. That's when you need to, that's when you can relax. But for like be ready to heal on the move is kind of like a good thing to, I guess, establish. And I think for healers, it's a good standard to understand because honestly, a lot of the higher keys, you have to do it. So it's like, I would love to be like, oh, well, it's probably just one person's fault. But in reality, it's a communication issue more than anything else. Dungeons would be the last way I'd suggest a new player level in the game. It gives you only the grind plus what you experience. Yeah, especially whenever you're leveling and you're doing the time walking experience. A lot of times, you're not even really understanding what you're doing at all. Like something that I learned that was like insanely good about the game is that whenever you're playing WoW, and you're typing in like your spells right here. I think it was Automatic Jack. If you're wanting to know like what is affected by revenge, just type in revenge and you'll see everything that's affected by revenge. So if you're trying to make something stronger, or if you're really trying to spec so you can make something work optimally, like if I want my Shield Slam to do everything in its power, then I just type in Shield Slam and that's how I can get it. So a lot of times you miss that whenever you're trying to level through dungeons just uber fast and nothing else. So to me, sometimes it's how you approach it a little bit that can be changed. But Blizzard also simultaneously thinks that that what we want is fast leveling. I can't believe that the majority of the community is just like, oh yeah, that's definitely what we wanted. But like the biggest burden was the amount of time we were spending leveling. Sure, but what's the alternative of leveling so fast that nothing else matters? That to me is just an absolute like one of the biggest fallacies, or like one of the biggest brain errors that I've seen people have in the history of the game. So that's ridiculous to me. Struggling through a dungeon, barely timing it, but remembering not to be toxic. So just saying thank you before teleporting out is my maybe no, not now, please. Saw Retribution Paladin in random heroic who didn't go melee range, stood outside melee, used only range skills. Sis unlocked the hidden ret pre-spec. Yeah, maybe a rat coming from a Dragonlight when they were basically ranged class, maybe, I guess. Or Dragonflight. Geez, you must be quick. By the time I loot the boss and then and then go to even start typing thanks all, I look up and no longer have a party. True, everyone just leaves immediately. And this last one, these Mythic Plus requirements are getting out of hand. This is by Legend, wait for it, Dairy. I am cozy. This says plus 16 resilient, and then it says Cinderbrew meadery, send note plus tip plus IRL proof plus passport visa plus bank account. They forgot the most important one: feet pics. Draenei hoof pics get instant invites. Yeah, I mean, these requirements are getting pretty high. So I already sent tip pics, but now I gotta bust out the feet as well. Rookie mistake. Gotta make sure you get your feet with the first pick. You gotta include everything. Zalatas joined the chat. I'm amazed you found a group that didn't also require 800 plus credit score. Probably a bad group. No, actually, in order to get in Mythic Plus groups nowadays, you need a bad credit score. We need to make sure you don't have a full-time job. We need to make sure like you're struggling and WoW is your focus. All right. Back in Wrath of the Lich King, when people required you to have finished the raid to gain access to their pug, I mean, it's kind of still like this way now. It's kind of that way now. Honestly, that's kind of the way it is now. That's the way the world is. Like, if I was to sneak any sort of life advice into this, if you're in any field nowadays, it doesn't matter what you're doing, if you're not working on some sort of independent project or like full-time project already, like, people will not look at you. They don't look at a college degree and go like, this is adequate. Like, this is like, you have to be working on something else. So why not WoW? I mean, like, art imitates life, I guess, is the thing. So, right, full-time job running those mythics. Yeah, truly. Gonna need you to your blood type, credit score, cosigner, proof of citizenship, non-refundable security deposit, finder's fee, and just a simple John Hancock on the dotted line. Yeah, it's a bit rough. I'll add WoW to my resume. Yeah, put it on your LinkedIn profile. It's gonna be essential at this point. They forgot to ask for social security number. And then there's me hosting Resilient 12s with no drama as a requirement. Time for me to up to Andy. Yeah, if you're putting no drama, you might not get people who want to come. Yeah. So, I mean, ultimately, what's the lesson here? What's the idea here that we should kind of take away from this? Honestly, I think that Mythic Plus, no matter what state it's in, like as far as like the seasonal, like whether season is good or season is bad, I don't think that matters or that's going to change how people approach this. I think the big thing that we're seeing a lot nowadays is people's standards have gotten unreasonably high. And you could say it's because of the add-ons. You could say it's because you have to go outside the game. You could say it's because player toxicity. But ultimately, I think that people hate when I say this. Ultimately, it's Blizzard's fault. So, hold on. And the reason why I say this is because right now we are in a state of the game where Blizzard is where they should be establishing. These are the moments where you can learn how to know what you're doing. You can learn on the job. You can trial and error this. They are making those parts expedited. Or they're making it to where you can do solo content and then just jump in the middle of it. And so what you miss out on is so much essential parts of the game to avoid all of this hassle, all of this toxicity, all of this. Would people's standards immediately be fixed if that was changed? Of course not. Of course not. What are we talking about? This is reality we're talking about. Things will always be a little bit toxic, but at the same notion, the same degree, we have to be honest and talk about how the parts that are essential to learning, like what I used to do when I would play Call of Duty before I jumped into multiplayer, I had played through the entire campaign because I felt like I could not play the game to the full extent without playing the campaign entirely. So I would always, before I jumped into multiplayer, play the full campaign. That was my thing. I would like full day clear it, and then I would jump into multiplayer. But nowadays, that part is just it's a blip. You do it so fast that you don't learn your abilities. And you get the opposite of what WoW was, which was WoW, every level you have something that changes, something that ranks up, something that, you know, adds to your rotation. Every 10 levels you get these major, like your first 10 levels, and every 10 levels afterwards something major happens along the way, and we're missing that. And I think that's what needs to be changed. That's what needs to be improved in order for the game to get better. Like, that's just simply what it is. Can it still be fast? Sure, but unless you if you physically add something in there so where people can learn the rotations before they jump into Mythic Plus, come on, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? But of course, let me know in the comments, what do you think? What do you think is the way to amend this and fix this? That isn't just saying it's players will be toxic. We've heard it. Obviously, that's not going to change. We should make it to where, in spite of players being toxic, the game is good, right? So let me know in the comments. Give this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe to the page while you're at it. And of course, as per always, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Get good, question mark. Get good. Yeah, that's true. Why didn't I think of that sooner? You know, it's clearly that's the way. Yeah, ultimately. Wait, you leaving? No. I wanted to record a video, so I did my reaction video, and then now I'm doing I did my my standard YouTube video. I like to do reaction vids for like my YouTube shorts and for my my TikTok, and then I like to do my standard videos for my YouTube page to kind of like cover everything. That's the goal anyways. Pro influencer, right? Go Giga. I'm actually really excited. I was browsing around TikTok the other day, and I found I saw a video, and I was like, this would be a perfect guest to have on the podcast. They know about WoW. They know the discussion I like to have. I like to find creators who talk about WoW in a certain way. Like, guide videos are great, sure. Honestly, there's a lot of people who make guides. I don't think there's anything wrong with guides, but it's not the content I make. I like to make content that discusses things, criticizes things, but also like has like an actual like message to be sent. Like, this needs to be changed. This is good. This is bad. And so I saw a video like that, and then literally like 10 videos later, found another person who is an IRL therapist and has conversations about conversations that I've had before in videos, things about like social anxiety, things about like is solo player affecting the game? Is like those type of conversations that I think we could have that would be amazing for the game. So me being ever so bold, I reached out to this creator, Touchpad Warrior, who has been doing this, who's been playing WoW for a very long time now, and is a fantastic creator, hilarious, does a lot of really great skits, really loves playing WoW. And maybe, just so maybe, we're going to get him on the podcast. And I'm super excited about possibly working with all three of these creators, plus the creators I've worked with before, because I've told you guys this before. My goal with the podcast is to do something where it's like a big roundtable discussion where we're actually talking about the game and actually like putting a voice out there that isn't like, I don't mean to knock on current creators and stuff like that, but the big creators in WoW right now, they talk about one of two things: the news, the events, they glaze WoW, or the last thing, which is they talk about like the PTR. And I'm just like, that to me doesn't really push the conversation about WoW in any particular direction. And to me, like, Reddit right now is like this huge cesspool of just thought. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. A lot of time it's just like a positive echo chamber, or like, let's hate on the classic Andy's echo chamber. So like, to me, I get to a point where it's like, I really think that there's more than this. So I really want to push for there being something else besides like the conversation that's happening right now in the game. Love how I dragged your ass back to WoW and now you're playing it all the time and I'm not subscribed anymore. How dare you? This is how it always happens though. I swear every time I get into playing WoW, I promise myself I'm not going to play for a long time.
5,
and then
4, 3, 2, 1.
Self? Dear Lord. There we go. All right, there we go. Hold on. Hold on, I'm still here. I'm alive. As I was saying. Yeah, multi-streaming is going extremely well. So we're doing TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Twitch. And it has been kind of running without an issue. It's actually running better than when I run them on their own. So that's been eerily impressive. So we'll see. Maybe we'll keep on doing this. We'll see. I'm thinking for sure, like YouTube at least, will keep on going. I just want to be able to provide something unique to each platform. I think that right now I don't really have anything for like super unique for YouTube Shorts quite yet, except for doing the like the React content. 'Cause I don't normally do React content and react on videos. That's kind of not what I prefer to do. I like to do content that's more of like creating a discussion. But I guess I don't mind doing it like the React slop, at least to fill a space. Glad it's going well. It is going well. It is definitely. This has happened a few times to me in content creation. For people wondering, I've been content creating like for technically, like if you want to like count, like don't count in any interruptions. I've had a lot of interruptions. I've been technically doing this for like 9 years. Definitely, I've learned a lot. Definitely don't know everything, but the reason why I say like 9 years is because at every point where I could have kind of like taken the big leap, done something like done it like semi full-time, maybe done a job part-time, I've stopped. And the reason why I stopped is because at the time it always felt like a side position or like something that I couldn't, like if I were to do it, then there would be a huge risk, you know, say if things didn't go well, if things went poorly. So I've made and remade my community multiple times. And the most recent time was me moving from the States to Europe. Now this is for my work, nothing else I could do about it. It's not like I deliberately moved this way. But I did want to travel before I got too old, you know. And that reset my entire my entire community. I had a community when I was in Texas before this. And when I was in San Antonio, I had a whole different community. And so I've done that where I've had to reset and like build a whole new community about 4 or 5 times now. To the point where like people will pop in from stream and like you look at like the time spent in the community and it's legit like it's years. It's years, but like a ridiculous amount of time. And it's great. That's great and all, but at the same time, they're always like different times, different games, different scenarios. And so it's hard to keep track of all that kind of stuff all at once. It really is. It's tough to like constantly keep that stuff going. Because a lot of people, this is not a mark on anybody. I'm not talking about anyone specific, so no one take this to heart. But a lot of people will say in content creation, they'll say, John, no matter what you're playing, I'll hang out here because it's you making the content. It's not the game you play, it's you. That's truly less than 5% of any community. Because it truly is the game, the time you play the game, how you play the game. It really is that. Like that is heavily what influences it. I remember when I've had just chatting type content. I remember when I've had like serious like playing content, like where I'm actually like sweating and trying to play well. Like I've been through a number of content strategies, and trust me, people don't all hook onto the content the same. That was 150 sanity. That was a lot. That was a lot. I don't think that's bad. It's just kind of the way it is sometimes. It's kind of the way this the way the cookie crumbles, chat. Just the way the cookie crumbles, chat. I think I'm okay with it, you know? I'm okay with always making content in my way at the time. It's kind of like with WoW, you know, if we're going to connect it all back to WoW, right? I think with WoW, at any time during WoW, I went, this is the best I've played the game. And then I got old, and then I started playing the game worse. But up until, you know, I'd say like up until like Warlords of Draenor, I was always getting better at the game, no matter what. But when I looked back on the expansion, I would go, man, I did that shit. You know, like I was terrible at this. I wasn't good at it. I was bad at the game. Like, how did I think I was good? So I think that like looking back, I could always be like, well, now I do this better, or now I do that better. But I think for the most part, like, I think if I'm looking back on it overall, I'm like, you know what? I think what I was doing when I was doing it, like that was fine. That was me figuring out things, and it worked for me then in some sort of way. So I think things are going well now. Is the moral of that weird story. So I think I'm okay with how things are going now, and I'm happy that I sort of found my niche in a way. I'm hoping to collab with a lot more streamers and content creators, and get to know a lot more people, because I think there's a sign where you're no longer copying other people's content, and instead what you're doing is you're looking for ways to make your content stand out. And that's kind of what we're doing now. Is like, or now more than ever, is I feel like I don't have a whole lot of imitators. I have a whole lot of inspiration. So there's a lot of people that I take inspiration from and I build my content after, but there's not anybody like necessarily doing my content, which feels good. That's a lot of basically me fucking jorking it on stream. That's the end of that. I guess I don't need to compliment myself anymore. It's kind of cringe. I'm not that good. Wasn't I an imitator? No, I'm not saying anyone else is an imitator. I'm saying that when I was making content early on, I was going like, how can I make my content exactly like theirs, but then also be successful? Now I'm more of, in a sense, trying to make content that is inspired by people, but not derivative. I think that's a good goal to like set, is try to make your content that's not so derivative of what everyone else does, and more of like, okay, it's inspired by this. Like if I watch a Taliesin and Evitel video, I'm like, I'm not going to make a video like that. That's not how I want to make my video. But I can look at a video and go, okay, I know what kind of video I want to make now. So it definitely took a little while before that I could do that like effectively. I definitely wasn't good at that Yeah. I wouldn't say any content creator I've come across has been like you're copying off me, like how dare you type of thing. Because frankly, I mean, like I think, for example, like Minuet, you do content better than I do in certain ways. So like I think you're better at community building. Like if I were to take your skills and put them in like in a set, I would put you like as a community manager in a heartbeat. I'm not good at that. Dear Lord, and okay, there we go. Oh shush, no, yeah, no, for sure, 100%. I just like I've never been. I mean, there's been times where I've been better at it, sure, but I think a lot of that came from like, one, I was younger. Two, I played stuff that was a lot more niche. And I also got in early. Because when you think about it, like Twitch hasn't been a platform for a super long time. And so when I got in, it was like there still wasn't a ton of like competition. So if I hadn't stopped, basically if I hadn't had kids, I would have been a lot more successful at it now. There's been like 2 or 3 times where I've had large viewership. It's just I've always had to like divert and change to something else whenever I hit those points. But still, every time I start up, there's always somebody who's like yourself, where I'm like damn, like they fucking cracked the code, and it took me years to even like know that I was doing this shitty. So some people just got it. Responsibility to get away. True. Parenthood. Ain't it a gem? Ain't it something? Ain't it grand? Yeah, no, I'm thankful for what I have, and I'm thankful for the choices I've made for sure. But there are times, you know, when you look back and you're like, man, maybe if I had done this, life would be better, you know? I mean, truthfully and honestly, I just need to find me, I just need to find someone who's gonna pay for my exuberant lifestyle, you know? I need to be taken care of and babied. I've worked long enough, you know? I deserve the extravagant life, you know? Is that too much? Is that too much to ask? Same, I am, baby. Yeah. Just need to be treated like I am the precious man that I am. Irreplaceable. You're irreplaceable. Oh wait, no wait. I think it was irreplaceable. Yeah, irreplaceable. But that was the end of the Beyonce song. Or end of that verse. Don't you for a second into thinking you're irreplaceable. Yeah, it was like that. But yeah. You still playing Lorcana and TCG? Last I checked, that was what you were playing. Oh, I see the circle. I sees it. I hate this running debuff. It's so annoying. Because you was untrue. Walking around in the car that I bought you. Don't drop them keys. Hurry up before your taxi leaves. Standing in the front door, telling me how I'm such a fool. To sign up for our ladies tournament on Sunday. Nice. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. I remember doing like locals for what was it? Doing locals for Yu-Gi-Oh! And you get destroyed in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Has sweats. People don't bathe for that shit. Wonder if Disney adults are the same way. There's no way it's just kids, right? It's gotta be Disney adults. It's gotta be gross in there, you know? Or if people are put together because it's Disney, you know? I feel like Disney adults are much more put together than like, say, like TCG adults, you know, per se. Like it's all just like it's like it's all probably like just put together parents, you know. Just that'd be hilarious. That's probably not what it is. I'm probably being stereotypical, but it's funny. Listen, I know I'm judging prematurely, but it's also hilarious. So, don't judge me before you get to know me, but also if you're funny, that's acceptable. I'll take it. Who's to say? Who's to say what the truth is? Not I. No, it's a bunch of sweaty boys who play Magic and other. Yeah, they're like, hey, I can't win this one, but I can't win Magic in its current formats. I keep on getting absolutely destroyed by people who've been playing this game for 40 fucking years or some shit like that. Magic's old. It's old. It's old for sure. I'm surprised any TCG can really come out as popular. I feel like so many try to, but really like what ends up coming out of it is just like the standard like 3 or 4. Like it's usually Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. Like it's really all you gets any notice or like notoriety or drama. Because really, I mean, like if we're being honest, like just from a content creator perspective, drama is what makes like games, like tabletop games, doesn't matter what type of game really. It's like the lifeblood of this shit, you know? I'm dead. Crap. I could have interrupted. There was too many things. I tab targeted off of it twice. Lorcana is struggling a bit, but I'm hoping they will survive. I mean, honestly, like really, I want to say successful franchises, it shouldn't die, you know? It's just like, it's tough to say because like, where's Disney's margin, you know? And also like how much is Disney investing into this to make it a thing, right? At what point do they start integrating Lorcana into their parks or integrating it to where they're doing like massive tournaments? And now more people know about it. Like typically like once it's been in place for a little while, then they'll like, all right, this is a thing, we'll do it. So like I don't think they've done anything major. So I think it remains to be seen is what I'm saying, but it definitely leaves you curious. I'm definitely curious. I say that, but WoW had a TCG too. So and we've seen how that went. Now it's Hearthstone, so technically it is still like successful. They just they went the scummy PAX route, so. Though I guess like the story modes aren't too bad either. I really don't think Hearthstone's a bad game. It just, in order to play it, you have to spend money. It's like so much money. It's not like Magic the Gathering where you can kind of build your own thing and kind of carve out your own enjoyment. You kind of got to carve out their version of enjoyment. Hearthstone is basically dead, let's be honest. It's possible. I still see it. You know, like I still see people playing it, but I really haven't seen a whole lot of buzz about it either. I think they've tried a bunch of times, but like anything with Blizzard, I feel like they don't commit enough to it when they see that people enjoy something about it. They go, let's make something totally different and new. It's like, can we just like commit to one thing, please? And they just don't. It's so weird. Feels weird, bro. Why are you so obsessed with me? Why Blizzard ADHD? True. Fucking true. Squirrel! Yeah, it's definitely kind of those moments. Definitely feels like they could be doing... I don't know. I honestly feel like it was better when Blizzard was just doing like much less projects all at once. But like, WoW, we have the World Soul Saga. Hearthstone split into like story modes as well as arena modes and brawl modes and ranked modes. Hearthstone tried to be an esport and then they dropped support for it. Like it just happens all the time. What are we doing, Blizzard? You know what needs to happen? Let's just be honest, Jet. All right, what needs to happen is I need to get enough notoriety as a content creator for WoW and just Blizzard in general. And then BlizzCon 2026, I go as a journalist. I sneak behind the scenes, and then I don't know. I sleep with Ian or something like that, and then I change the game for the better. What do we say, chat? I don't think there's any version of this where I don't sleep with Ian. I think that's the way it has to go. Let's see. So I do have some bad news, sadly, but I can share with you off stream if you prefer to keep things positive. I mean, if you got something to share, I mean, if you don't mind sharing, like it's not gonna bring me down. I'd rather hear from you versus not. As long as you don't mind, like that's up to you. Thank you for checking though. Make sure to wear a trench coat and mustache with mustache with glasses. Yeah. Lost your job last week? What do you mean lost your job? Was it like a commitment or like because you had to reduce your hours, or? I guess there's probably a lot of details, I'm guessing. I'm sorry to hear that. Technically quit. Well, I would say we'll look at it from a positive light and say technically quit. Quit for better prospects, you know? That sounds cooler, right? Oh, it just canceled my thing. What the hell? You were looking for something better anyway. I mean, like we've talked about your job in the past too, and like I know you've mentioned in the past that the way they've treated you has not been optimal, to say the least. But I'm sad that I went out that way. My coworker was stealing my commission off the clock, and my manager was like, "We don't care. You can work. You can work if you want that commission." How does he steal your commission off the clock? Like what, you leave and like he finishes like a sale? So instead of like punishing the guy, they went, it's your job to like earn it off the clock instead. Like you should have stayed off the clock to not have him steal it. He was signing in when the company was closed and right before shifts, closing deals they would have got. That's so fucking scummy. That's so fucking scummy. Literally fucking scum lord. Wow, what the fuck? Ain't that some shit? That's like some car dealership level shit. Like stealing a sale. I'm sorry, that sucks. And I imagine you probably went to them with that, telling them how much it sucks, and they gave you kind of a shit answer. So I was like, yeah, okay, we're quitting. Yeah, they were like, we're not paying him, but we're not going to stop him. Wow. 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 Were there people teaming at the? I hate to wish for people's downfall, but also I'm petty as shit. That being said, were there people like teaming at the chance for this job position? Are they going to be hurting for a minute? I hope they're going to be hurting for a minute. I quit in a rage. Good for you. Don't take that shit. I know we all can't be perfect, but at the same time, that's a shitty fucking thing to do to somebody. Simultaneously, that's a real fucking shitty thing to do to a person. Damn it, this is bad. Yeah. Stood right in that circle too. Right in that circle. Bro! So annoying. Oh, what? It was green? Oh man, I thought it was a different color. My bad. Reported them to the labor board too. Good for that. Good for you. I think I'll be hurting for a minute. I hope so. Yeah, me too. I hope you're not doing well. Like after I leave, yeah, it's like, because I think that's what you hope always. Like whenever like you're leaving like a really bad job, I think it's like you hope that like, I hope things don't go well for you. I remember when I quit like working fast food, and when I did, there was 2 other people that quit. One that was a store manager, and we more in a sense coordinated our quitting versus we all quit for the same reason or quit because someone else quit, but we all went to the same store afterwards. Like we all left the job and we all went to a different job together. And yeah, we definitely went lean, green, mean version. So highly recommended. It's my favorite. It's my favorite pastime. Gosh, so many different things. I'm just literally dying to sanity drains. It's stupid. Just endless sanity drains. Don't hurt me, please. How do I do this better, chats? All right, red. Wish I could be more helpful. No, it's fine. I'll be better in the long run, just stressful now. Yeah. What are you thinking that you might try to do now? Not that you have to do something. You're already doing a lot. Sometimes it's for the best too. Like I had a friend who was working somewhere, and basically their husband was refusing to leave their job because it was like a family business, etc. And their spouse kept on telling him like, hey, like this job is not making you money. Like if you're not making enough money, like I can't just move up in the world. Like there's just like I'm hitting a stopping point. And so they got I don't remember if they got fired or if they quit. But after leaving their job, they were forced to change jobs because it's like they wouldn't have changed jobs if not for that happening. Sometimes it's a catalyst, you know. the catalyst you need. So hopefully it's a catalyst for you. I guess is the long route of what I'm saying. I mean, I'm in school. I've applied to random places and have an interview on Thursday for something, although it doesn't pay nearly as much as I was making. Yeah, especially when you have like the level of seniority you did. I think the hard part is like no matter what, if you're, let's say if you're fired from a job, it looks bad where you go, but also it looks bad when you quit too. So it's like there's no winning when you change jobs. Like the only version of like I guess winning is whenever you leave a job, like while you have a job in place. So like this, it's not a whole lot of scenarios where like if you get screwed over by a job that you can make a good out of it. So it's kind of a sucky scenario. Look at me being positive. You know, just a ray of sunshine, I know. I love being just shoved into a corner with my face in the wall. That's actually my favorite. It's actually my kink. Like, what the fuck is happening? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Like, what the fuck? Oh my. You're my ray of sunshine. Thanks. Yeah. World is open, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, on another note, I've been drawing again. I kind of stopped drawing just because of like time, one, but like two, like there's been multiple times where I've wanted to pursue something creatively as like a career, and I've always kind of stopped. And I think I might just start drawing again for fun, but there's people who want me to make like money off of it now, so I might try that for a bit. Draw me like one of your French girls. I draw everyone like a French girl. That's my art style. Hey, do you want to be drawn like a French girl? I asked them that. Specifically my style. Bro. Can't fucking move. Ah! This shit's so fucking cringy. Man. Just everybody in the same pose, draped naked on the couch. Your poor couch. Yeah, it's seen some shit. It's seen some pretty raunchy scenarios. That's for sure. I do need a new couch. I need advice from people to find out what couch I need. So I don't know what couch I need. I do need couch advice. I need couch advice. Because the next place I live, wherever it might be, I need a couch, a comfy one. Wow. Oh my god. I need a fucking button that says no shit, Sherlock. Fucking. Again. You're welcome. God damn it. Yeah, I just need to, like, I'm in between. I guess I didn't like having a sectional here because my floor is tile where I live currently, and that shit rolls everywhere. And that's a fucking problem. And then, but I love sectionals because you can kind of customize it how you like the fit, like kind of your vibe. But the alternative is also like getting like a recliner, a love seat, maybe like a 3-seater, etc. And like that's not as cool. So it's like it's a harder choice than it's for me than it is for most people, I think. You know what I want? You know what I miss? I miss having like soft carpet. Isn't soft carpet like a vibe? It's so cool. I haven't had soft carpet in like a hot minute. And you can double meaning that, but I legitimately just mean soft carpet. Like I don't mean anything else. Just I miss it. I just want to sink into my couch, enter a binge coma about a week. Fair. Can I join you? Is this like a group activity? It's a thing. I've been so cooked lately on my energy. Basically like where I'm working, I've been running the shop solo for so long now that my energy is just at zero. Any like opportunities to like grow my career, I'm just like I literally don't have the energy. And no one cares anymore. So like I'm like over like expecting other people to care. Like I don't care about I don't expect other people to like woe is me like but at the same time it's like I just don't want to fucking do it no more. So here we are. We're at an impasse. It's a rough place to be, my friend. Yeah, it's true. In reality though, I mean like I really, really just can't take it anymore. I could just end it all. No, I could just I could do something else. I just like I said before, it's like it's hard to commit to like one thing. I definitely have like ADHD in the sense that like it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, this is the path I want to pursue. I get kind of like sidetracked very easy. Same honestly, yeah. It's kind of like this thing where it's like I don't want to say like discomfort, like, but whenever I'm doing the same thing for too long, it's just like I just want to do something else. There's gotta be something else. There's gotta be. They don't really care about us. Something like that. I don't know. However that Michael Jackson song goes. Stuck it out longer than I could. Yeah. Trust me. I'm surprised as you are. It's surprising. Appreciate it, Minuet. I appreciate it. Oh, all right. Yeah, empty those bags. I needed like an account manager. When I was playing gacha games, people would always talk about like content creators having account managers. So like someone who plays your games and does like your dailies and stuff like that. I need an account manager just to fucking manage my inventory. I don't do inventory management. Fuck you. Can I slash bit? I can't slash bit on them. Fuck, they removed it from the game. That bitch ass fucking moved the moment I walked up. Go eat a dick. This shit. I hate when people do that shit. I know they do it on purpose too. Such fuckers. If you're hiring, I'm available. Yeah. Be my account manager. Run my dailies and make sure my shit's up to date. Alright. I've also just playing I've been playing some goofy ass shit too. I want to play Gas Station Sim. Quarantine Zone's hella fun. I love playing Sims right now. They're so goofy, but they're so fun. Community building, being a menace, inventory management. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's the going rate? All right. Ooh, maxed out. Gosh. Gee golly willikers. Gee golly. Deposits. Crystallize. We'll just kind of max out next. Have you tried phase 1? What's phase 1? Oh, the card game? Right? The drug game. Oh, schedule 1? Schedule 1, right? Phase 1. No, but I've wanted to. I don't know if it's single player or co-op, but I probably would want to play a co-op. There's a couple of sims I wanted to try like that. Because there's that and there's like Cash Cleaner too. We can play together if you get it. It's fun and I have it. It's fun and I have it. Alright. Alright, bet. You let me know what day is good. But just because I need to get a lot of stuff done before I go into surgery. Ugh. I'm unemployed. It's okay. All right, yeah, no, it's surgery's coming up. Yeah, it got pushed back again. It was supposed to be like end of May. I can't remember. Like May 28th, I think is what it was, and they rescheduled it for fucking rescheduled it for 25th of this month. 25th. 25. So got a little bit of time. But I want to get stuff done before that happens, because I remember the first time I didn't make content for like a hot minute. So yeah. Yeah, hopefully I could do hoping to do this podcast episode next week. Hoping to basically put out a video at least every other day. And then kind of go from there. That's the goal. That's the goal, chat. All right. Near it. And then then I'm gonna blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Something like that. All right, we got some Traders Tinder. Ooh. This is the scummiest shit they've been doing lately. They've been putting so much shit, and then they go, by the way, 3/4 of it you're going to spend on one mount. Or if you don't care about mounts, you can get something else. So it's just so dumb. I want to get that. I want to get the helmet. It's so pretty. And then I want little helm, orange. Oranga. What is it? Mask. No, it's not the one. The one looks ugly. These look nice though. That's pretty. Is it this one? Yeah, see, that looks cool with my beard. My beard. Your pants hiked up to your nipples when you said that? That's how your pants are supposed to be. I'll have you know. Look at this. So it's so thematic. Oh, wow. Floaty. Dear Lord. Looks too Death Knight. Like, parts of it look good, but then other parts don't. Yeah, about us. You and Dark Iron Doors go on vacation. Whatever the fuck they are now. Yeah, we don't do Earth in this household. That's fine. Like we don't rock that. That's not how we do. Change it back to arms. I don't know who looked at Earthen and went like, oh yeah, Earthen is where it's at. Every year I get older, I forget a WoW race. Except for Vengeance Demon Hunter, you gotta remember them, or they'll make you remember. they'll let you know. They don't let you forget. Lest ye forget. Yes, okay, I'll forgive you. I will forgive you. That's that's an impossibility. You guys can't take it. All right. I gotta prep stuff for tomorrow. So it's not much to do, but I gotta prep some stuff for tomorrow, and at least cut some of the clips out. So I think I'm gonna do that. But I'll be on. Couple of things. This is for YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, TikTok. If you haven't already, join our Discord, because our Discord has a fun little section. I'll show you right meow what it's all about. So we made our Discord into a forum. So what you can do now is you can see the posts. So if you post a link, you can tag it. Like, imagine it just like Reddit. So you can create a post, tag it however you want to tag it. It'll create like a little thumbnail. You can do WoW content. I've been doing WoW content posts and stuff like that, but you can do memes and stuff like that too. Any stuff you want me to see on stream, any stuff that you want me to review or react to, watch, it's there. So join our Discord. You can see that kind of stuff. Like, for example, we just watched this video, the WoW 2 video. So if you want to see the content, it's going to be there in our Turtle Time forum. It's going to be in our Turtle Club. And one question, you have to be turtle enough for the Turtle Club as well. But other than that, of course, check out the YouTube for more content. Like, subscribe to the page. And as per usual, guys,